You dressed like a detective, but we had to go to Miami for a case. Don't the nigga look like? Remember, you dressed like you like when Mike Lowry went. You like Johnny Tapia, boy. Yo, it's the MalloryBros podcast, episode 248.
Yes, sir.
Do I got anybody in Oakland County, Michigan that's fucking with us? Huh? Do I got anybody in Troy that's fucking with us? Huh? I got anybody in Terrell, what's other places?
Rochester Hills, Bloomfield Hills.
Come on.
Pontiac, Farmington. Shout out to everybody out in southeast side of Michigan, 248. Shout out episode 10 love and light to the area.
Standing tall in the 248. It's crazy how I'm standing here, my life so great. Like Kobe on the block, my ice so great.
Big shout out to everybody across the world that listens. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's weekend was dope. Everybody's week was dope so far. Mondays are hell. And I'm not gonna lie. This past week went by so fast. So fast before I knew it was Sunday.
Yeah. I felt like it was one of those busy life weeks. Shit happening.
Nah, yeah. We can get right into the weekend recap. I'll go first. Took crew to swim class on Friday this week. Different day from his regular day. And he had probably his worst class he ever had. And it wasn't his fault, though. He had a good class, but, like, not even gonna get into it. It wasn't his same teacher. It was a new bruh. And new bruh, see, he wasn't singing the songs. He wasn't doing a normal swing. So, crew didn't fuck with him. And I told him, I was like, it's different. Anyway, look, get into it. I just said that about the friction. I just told everybody
you tell the nigga that switched up his music? Tell him, hey, look.
Nah, Tess, what I said was I wasn't trying to get into it for real. I wasn't trying to get into it for real. But he was cool, though. He was cool, but it's like, yo,
get a floaty for her.
This the thing. I never have to do the parent-child... Terrance, stop doing that, bro.
Is that how you are?
No, you just stand. You just stand. You don't have to wade, and we're not floating. Nigga, your feet are on the ground. It's
so
a 4-foot pool.
you just standing in the water with your arms still. You're not doing nothing.
Terrance, you're holding your fucking wild-ass toddler that can't stand.
What you
think we just in the pool with this motherfucker? We're in the pool to learn.
What you doing, bruh, half crew?
He don't, see, that's the thing. So, all right, I'm moving on. Let me tell y'all what I did.
Let me show you how it's done.
Bro, crew don't fuck with that. This is the thing, bro. You gotta be inviting to it. You have to be inviting.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to say, like,
that nigga right there, that.
I shouldn't have to say, yo, you know, he used to a little bit more of an upbeat.
Yeah.
And I feel like the other moms in the pool that was with me, because it's always me and moms. Dads, you gotta do out your pot and get in the pool. I see a lot of dads, y'all sit outside, let the wife get in. I'm in the water, y'all should more so participate. But now I feel you. It's like watching. Sometimes you gotta be the voice in the parent voice in the pool, because you know people don't be liking to say nothing. People just be rocking with shit. But crew wasn't fucking with it, so it was making me not have a good class. We all linked up over my mom joint. It was the first time we all got to spend some time with Sunny since she was gone. It was like the first time the fam got together, so that was great. I made a mac and cheese that was world class. I made my best mac this weekend, the best one I ever made, off accident.
Have y'all noticed that I haven't said that I've been cooking, and y'all know I normally cook? I done fell off.
He did fall off. It's a sad story. He used to make everything, turkey wing. He was a spaghetti nigga. Terrance made a great spaghetti. Terrance make a good spaghetti. You still need to get your ass in the kitchen. You know why? You got to learn all of mom them recipes before they go. Hey, look, bottom line, this is what we need. Candace picked up greens. I have picked up the mac. We both can do a good fried chicken.
Hold on, wait. I don't like that you now putting yourself on my level of fried chicken just because you made a couple weak-ass batches.
Come on, Terrance. I feel
Fuck
like
out of here.
you haven't put your chicken.
Oh, so
we haven't
now
had
you
your
got
chicken.
Mac and we both share fried chicken.
Terrance,
I've been
you
making
had-
fried chicken for years.
You have, but Terrance, let me hold
How
on,
many
wait.
Thanksgiving chickens you done?
Terrance,
how
I
many
just
Christmas
did, I just did
chickens?
2 Sundays worth of chickens though.
He talking about
Two
a
past
Sunday
Sundays
about
worth of
Sunday?
chicken.
It ain't even an NFL game this Sunday.
And I just did
Who he
chicken.
making chicken for?
Terrance, when the last time he made a
This
chicken?
nigga
Ask
talking
him.
about an Easter chicken?
He talking about chicken from back from COVID, y'all.
Terrell.
He talking about some COVID wings that we
I'm
had.
talking about
He talking about some wings
holiday
from,
wings. I made the Thanksgiving wing. Come on, bro. You gotta talk to me different when I come to the grill. You talk to me different. If you haven't,
Terrance, you did one Thanksgiving and it was good. It was great. It was great. But that don't mean you're the only nigga that can make chicken. What I'm
on
saying
your mother's birthday, I did the fried fish. Doesn't never play with me.
I remember that was good. Anybody can do fish though. That's my hot take about black folks. It don't matter who dipping the fish, y'all. We just need somebody dipping. We gonna soak in the same thing, put in the Zatarans or whatever the fish fry, whatever you use.
But all my black people
And
who
give some
eat
hot
fish,
sauce, salt and hot sauce.
and all my black people who eat fish, who have said these words that I'm about to say before, know he's bullshit. Who made the fish? Because you know
The fish be.
who made the fish is either a good thing.
Terrance, I
Or
feel
a
like
bad
I
thing.
feel like you got more of a challenge if you on chicken than you do if you on the fish. The fish gonna taste
Because
like
fish is gonna be
but
fish.
your chicken
But that's
can
the
be
thing.
fucked-
Fish has to
fucked
be
up.
cooked.
Terrance, yeah, but you just got to put it in the deep fry. Somebody got to stand outside with the propane, put the cardboard down or however y'all use it. When the
Ain't we
concrete.
talking about this 248? Ain't this Detroit?
248, yeah. No, it's
Them
not Detroit.
motherfuckers don't eat fish.
Southeast Michigan. They do eat fish. Everybody eat fish everywhere. What the hell?
I mean, like, what's the catfish? Oh, speaking of fish, y'all know I had a catfish sandwich earlier today. My God,
You did.
shit was
Where you get that from?
I'm not about to say it online. I'm not about to say.
He ain't trying to give it the spot.
Cause I don't want you black ass motherfuckers pulling up to my spot. Next thing you know, my DoorDash an hour 30.
Why I gotta be black folks? Why I gotta be black folks?
I didn't
Pulling
say
up
that.
to you
I
said
just
you're black ass. Why couldn't it be anybody to pull up?
I'm talking about my demographic that's by my restaurant.
This nigga dressed like you dressed like a detective, but we had to go to Miami for a case. Yo, the nigga look like remember you dressed like you like when Mike Lowry went you like Johnny Tapia, boy. Fucking punks.
Fucking punk.
My money.
Fucking rats. Eating my money.
You dressed like the nigga that was fucking in front of his daughter. Fuck this bullshit.
Who you dressed like? You dressed like what was his name at the door?
You bet-
Reggie. You dressed like Reggie at the door.
Vargas and Reyes.
Oh man.
But
that's
look,
funny
y'all.
shit.
Big shout out to my guy Eric, the young guy. I did an interview with him.
Nigga got a Larry June outfit on.
I've done two. I've now done 2 interviews with him. We chop it out. We chop it up about a lot of stuff.
Nigga got a Royce O'Neal
Thought it was
face.
dope. Y'all check that out. What do you have, boy? You look like a nigga from Love Island.
Nigga got a tray ball.
You look like I'm from Washington State. I'm here for a good time, boy.
My weekend was chill. Y'all know how it is when you're a parent. Sometimes these weeks fly by. I'm not gonna get up here and say everything that I did with my kid, like say that I went to a fucking class or say that I went to a. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna get up here and say everything that happened. I will give y'all some insight since Terrell said this is y'all favorite part of the podcast. Sonny's eating solids. A-Train is making a bunch of different variations of food for Sonny to make. It's so funny, when Sonny first got bananas, A-Train swore she didn't like bananas. She doesn't like them. She doesn't like them because guess who doesn't like bananas? A-Train. But I said,
You fuck with bananas though.
I love bananas.
Smoothie, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I didn't fuck with them when I was young.
Uh-huh.
But it's so funny because Sonny actually bangs with bananas. Sonny bangs with
Dope,
sweet
man.
potatoes. She's banging with black beans. Anyway,
Dope. Y'all putting the y'all actually using y'all stuff, man. We got like a blender type deal. Bo
Nah,
and Brianna,
hell
shout
yeah.
out to Bo and Brianna got us the blender. We used it during like 2 or 3 times before crew just got. I wish we would have took advantage.
But look, Sonny getting big, y'all. She's starting to stand up on her own. She's starting
Mm-hmm.
to crawl on her own. She big. I'm gonna have her come on here again. One of these days, we gotta do one at
We
my
gonna do the
joint.
pod over there, yeah. We will.
Other than that, the weekend was chill. One thing I can say that was a part of a lot of our past week, the YouTube hot show Pop the Balloon or Find Love made its Netflix debut, the live show. They made their Netflix debut on Thursday night, and it absolutely bombed. Every fear that we had for the live show came true. things that we said would go wrong with the host being a comedian and the fact that the host would be adding this comedic element that we didn't have in the original show. They brought reality TV personalities on this show, which means you got people coming out that's trying to rebuild their little fake ass brand that they think they got from, because you was on
Too Hot to Handle, and then
Too
you
Hot
did
to Handle.
You did Temptation Island. You did that island.
They had the dude come out and say to the girl, "You look like you've been hanging from a tree."
Yeah, that was
a monkey, and it happened to be the black woman, so that went crazy.
Nah, bro came out and cleaned up and said he was talking to the other chick.
He was capping. You're capping.
Well, I didn't see it. I just saw the cleanup. I always see the chaos and the cleanup.
I seen the video. You pointed at her. I saw her react to you. You could try to say you was talking about the other girl, but
what's his name? That is the bad part, because you know what? Y'all not even really on here to find love for real.
I'll say this. The best thing about the YouTube show is you know that I'm watching somebody that goes home and they just like me. They go home, they a regular person. They got a regular job. You feel like you're watching a natural flow of whoever come. Now that the live show has internet personalities and like people who think they got some clout, when you ask them what they do, they not gonna be regular. They all internet motherfuckers. What do? I go on my Instagram and try to keep the Too Hot to Handle bullshit going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Long story less long, I popped my balloon on the show.
Y'all gonna watch the next one though. That's what's crazy about it. That was gonna be my next part. I was gonna let you say everything.
Come up and say, why did you have your balloon unpopped? I'm gonna say, Arlette, I thought the show was gonna be what y'all did before, and it actually turned out to be some different shit.
So when the next one come on, y'all not gonna watch.
That's what I told Candace. I said, we're going to watch the next one. Because guess what? Me and watched the whole damn thing like this the whole time.
Y'all watched
this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. But we watched the whole thing.
They got y'all watch.
And guess what they going to do? They going to look at the viewership and the whatever and say, y'all can hate you want. W.
The numbers are doing the real talking.
All I'm going to say is this, y'all. In my opinion, if you have a show blow up on YouTube and y'all fuck around and get a Netflix deal, you gambling like shit by doing something completely different on the Netflix platform. I just don't see why you wouldn't take the same thing y'all do on YouTube and just put it on Netflix with Netflix's bells and whistles. Netflix has better cameras, better setups, better resources that can add to what you already have. Netflix low-key took y'all balloons and created a whole new show with it. And low-key, the people who fuck with y'all show, they didn't like that. It looked like a mockery.
But some people are people that like the chaos that is, think about it, T. There's a big audience that watches the Love is Blind, Temptation Island, Love Island, Too Hot to Handle, and they know people that go from show to show to show, and they just keep up with it. And I feel like that community is going to appreciate this show for what it is if they do and continue to incorporate people. The only thing I didn't like about, like I said, is that you do have the mystery that, damn, maybe these motherfuckers really are on here trying to see if they find somebody.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like when you've been on this dating show and that dating show and this game coupley Netflix show, you're not really in it to find love no more. So it takes away the genuine hunt for a connection.
Yeah.
You said that you made this clear to me, but the music and shit.
They have people come out and they play music like it's Ellen or Oprah or something, and they have the audience cheering. They have people come out, and then you can see people pop the balloon. But the reason why I feel like Pop the Balloon or Find Love is dope on YouTube is because of the awkward silence in the entire show. All of the show is really based on the contestants and what they say. Like, the reason why I didn't like Yvonne as a host is because you're gonna be talking too much. It's gonna be the contestants coming out talking to you about them, and that's not what they do on the original show. Arlette really don't say shit. When she says, "Oh, I didn't like you because I thought your head was too big," Arlette does this. Oh, wow. And she put it on. Oh, okay, so what do you think about it? Like, it's not like she not gonna try to be a comedian in the middle of this. We never feel like we watching 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. We feel like we watching 1 and 2 with the host. I want you to imagine Wheel of Fortune took away, what's the lady name that do the TVs, Terrell?
Vanna.
Vanna what? Vanna White. Y'all not gonna know what the fuck Wheel of Fortune
this
is.
This nigga's talking about some shit that was great in the early.
But this is a good example. I want you to imagine they take Vanna White away and they put Just hilarious up there to switch the TVs. She not just gonna go and switch TVs.
She gonna
say, oh, I gotta go and switch. Oh, she gonna try to be a comedian while doing this shit. And they gonna mic her up. It's gonna be like, no, we just low-key need somebody to go push the buttons on.
Yeah.
I popped my balloon on that show, but we still locked the fuck in on Wednesdays.
On the because they still doing
On
the YouTube.
YouTube,
That was the best move they
They
did.
follow the originators, not the imitators.
Even though the originators made the imitation.
Did they?
Yeah. Produced by fat as hell name up there.
Some people feel like we shouldn't be watching this shit at all. Some people feel like it's a degeneracy on our culture.
Hey!
Now that's the tune I like to hear.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, we had one of the biggest stock market crashes since 2020. Donald Trump. The pandemic. Fast forward all the way to 2025. Donald Trump is back in office. And just 2 weeks ago, we had one of the biggest crashes in stock market history again.
We did.
Thanks to Donald Trump coming out and announcing that the tariffs was going to go crazy on the whole country, right? China being a very big, target of that.
Yes.
Fast forward, Trump came out and said, you know what? I'm going to wait 90 days before we do all the tariff shit, right? All of a sudden, we have the biggest week, last week, excuse me. Last week, niggas think it's funny?
Sorry.
Last week, we had one of the biggest weeks ever in stock market history, believe it or not. A lot of people are calling Donald Trump for market manipulation. Oh, you see him? This is my friend here. He made a lot of money. That looks bad.
That's actually fucked up. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I don't care what nobody says market manipulation.
It is. It 100% is. He's literally saying it's a good time to buy. He said it was a good time to buy.
He tweeted it. I'm not gonna lie. When he tweeted that, that's when I hit you and was like, what do we get?
The Chinese manufacturers came out and started sunning the fuck out of how we do shit, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. They came out and I think in one of the examples they said it's the Lululemon. Hey, y'all like Lululemon? $5 right here. If that's what y'all want. Because the manufacturer of Lululemon is this right here. Or all the designer brands that y'all like, you can come and get it right here for dirt cheap. Because that's low-key what it's worth. Meanwhile, your country is charging you this much for it. But your country wants to now charge us. Well, really, they were charged. You know what I mean? Low-key, if I'm keeping it a stack, it's funny to see because everybody feels like, oh, you know what? I'm about to get in. I'm about to go ahead and hit up some of these Chinese manufacturers, take them up on them deals. But like, I feel like there's a bigger picture that people are missing, which is the fact that, they know that we buy this shit for so much and it's like so cheap. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Like, you know how, and this is, I hope to not offend anybody. You ever go to another country or you go out of the country and people will say, oh, our money out here means a lot to these people because your money out to him, your $1 US could equal a bunch of his dollars.
Hell
right?
yeah. Hell yeah.
So I think it's crazy that they know that your black ass is willing to pay $4,000 low key for something I can make for $100.
Yeah.
Like, low key, how many people do we know say I can make money over here, take it back to my country?
The upcharge is crazy everywhere, y'all.
We just here getting cooked by the US, y'all.
And you know what, T? It's not even just designer brands. It's
everything.
It's high-end furniture. Y'all know we furnishing the crib. Gigi be finding stuff, bro, here, and they'll have the exact same brand and model over on West Elm or Restoration Hardware or some shit like that.
Bro, yes.
And she'll find the exact joint, and it's like, you know what? We are getting upcharged for a bunch of shit. Like, shit be nice, but it don't be that nice. Did you see the dude, I think his name Luca Sabat? He's like a model. He be with hella celebrities.
Okay.
He just put out his clothing brand. Did you see his prices? This nigga just announced his clothing brand. Shirts for $3,300. This shirt that I got on, shout out to everybody in Brazil or everybody that's a soccer fan that know I got a legend on my shirt. This like if y'all was watching a random video of some niggas in Taiwan and he just got Bron on his shirt or Jordan.
It's like,
it'd be like, I don't even know if
look,
this
KD.
I don't know if this Taiwanese motherfucker know he got on a legend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, this shirt, bro, that dude is charging $3,300 for shirts. He got an overall set that's $10,000. It's ridiculous, bro.
Now, I want y'all to think about this. Like, China is making the shit for the American brand. So the middleman is the brand. China is trying to survive Trump by exposing real pricing. The $900 shirt you got on, we make it for $9. That way, when everything goes back to normal, when you walk in there, everybody's gonna remember that they saying, this only costs this to make, this only costs that to make. I want you to imagine that all of these luxury brands, it leaks how much it costs to make their products. How can they continue to charge American people, who you probably the most people who buy it, for it? Because guess what? China can say, we not making it no more, and guess what? Our people don't even buy it. So like, it's funny because China is a middleman to the American companies. Low key, the American companies, like you seeing with Apple, we need China. So what you doing? It's hurting out. That's why I say, yo, we in a funny ass position. But this is the question that I had, Terrell. If a brand's value is just a name, are we buying fashion or are we buying validation? That's how we end this joint. If a brand's value is their name, right? Are you buying validation or are you buying fashion? Like, can you tell Louis V, even though that they're Louis V and they charging you $900 for something that costs $9 to make, well, the value is in the name. Are you willing to buy the name, and does the name give it validation, your purchase? Or are you somebody who wants to buy a product? Oh, I'd rather spend $9 for a $9 product.
I feel like it all depends on who is buying. What buying group.
Yeah.
Because these high-end brands, they know for a fact, 100%, that people that are lower class are going to buy stuff. I feel like the best example is that Balenciaga t-shirt that just has basic ass, it's a cheap ass black t-shirt that has Balenciaga just written across of it. You'll see somebody just wearing that shirt. And I feel like this shirt, like you would never see somebody, like you don't see the people with real money with it like that. Like you do see it sometimes with like Dio. You know,
seeing it with the,
no, but you see, you know how like
rappers.
But this is the thing about black folks that I'm not talking about. This is the thing about black folks to me. Like, we shop different. We not shopping because, and this is like something that I've learned. It took me years to figure this out. We are globally known as broke ass motherfuckers. Like, you heard what Vic Mensa said last week. Our median income is like dropping. Like they said, like, remember they said that black wealth could hit 0 by 20 whatever with the current trend. And that's not something that's like new. We always have been like lower earners, like dog. Come on, especially in the States. Y'all know our history. So I feel like when people get a little money, the reason why we go so crazy in designer stores is for validation. And it's not just validation for yourself. It's like, to me, it's people saying, I'm not broke like the rest of these niggas. That's why if you look at our rappers, you look at our entertainers, like, we go so crazy with ice. And you'll see a nigga that come from the trenches of Memphis. Soon as he get on, he get a bust down watch. The craziest, you just want to...
This just sounds stereotypical.
No, but T, you just want to cover yourself in ice, and what is that for? Is that because, like you said...
I mean, that's true.
But that's it's for the validation of other people. And
that's
I feel
a very specific thing that we see in a lot of other cultures do that too. But it seems like we only focus on when black people do it, but like
that's a cop-out, bro.
Okay.
To me.
But how many times is this how many times is this also something? Because we can't act like every black person that gets money, we go and get ice and we go and get chains. That be football players, rappers, and entertainers.
I never said every, but I'm saying...
But you making it seem like... I
I
know
know
what
we
saying.
do. I'm just talking about the reason why we'll go, like, why... for a long time, think about it. Like, a nigga that'll put a diamond grill in his mouth is like, you're trying so hard to show that you have wealth, that you want your teeth to be diamond. Yeah. Think about that thought process, y'all. That's not normal. Niggas with the most money don't do that. That's like I want you to know I have money. And why do you want me to know you have money? Oh, because you probably come from a place where people don't have money like this. So this is your way of saying, I'm not broke like these niggas. And that's why that's why people will say, the white dude he'll go and wear the t-shirt from Walmart. The white millionaire will wear the t-shirt from Walmart. We go and do this. Well, it's a thought process. The white dude don't have nothing to prove to nobody in the world.
Nah, yeah,
people think white folks got money on sight.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
You could be dead broke. So they don't really have to deal with that side of the world thinking that you're broke.
Nah, yeah.
And I do feel like that pressure turns into people seeking validation. It's the reason why we spend the most money in retail every year, though we earn the least amount. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You're not getting that bag.
We really don't know what the country is about to look like, y'all. We really don't know how this could end. Like, we are in the middle of these weeks, y'all, and then y'all might think it's funny that we're talking about this podcast, but like, bro, next week, China could respond and shit could really change. We could see another huge economic change day.
Nah, yeah. They were talking about, the news came out and it was subtle at first until people was like, I don't think y'all know how big of a deal this is, but they were talking about banning the emission of U.S. films. Y'all, people, if we got a $200 million budget that we just cooked, we expecting to make some of that money back in China. If they shut the film industry, the U.S. film industry out of China, that alone will be catastrophic for the film industry. We're not even talking about like stuff we use on a day-to-day, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows what I just and you know what, T? It's only on TikTok that you see those videos of the Chinese people, like the dude, I just got the TikTok of the Chinese dude saying, this is all of the stuff I have made from China, made from US in my house. And he opened his hand like this. And he was like, what do you have in your house made from China? And then that's just the TikTok. I think A-Train might have reposted that joint. That's probably the reason why I had seen it. It's definitely wild out there, y'all. I mean, hey,
I'll say this. I challenge everybody to go in their closet, because I know some of y'all think y'all ballers. Go in your closet, get your expensive shit, and then go on Google and search the Chinese manufacturers of it. Or go on TikTok, see if you can find the Chinese manufacturers. And you tell me if you still feel like a baller.
Next thing we're going to get into, y'all, I know y'all saw that Kodak promo that was going around with Ryan Coogler talking about the different film formats and all of the different ways you can see sinners. Which shout out to everybody that's
Friday
going today. You know, they come out April 15th? Or am I tripping? No, it's tax day.
April 18th, come on.
April 18th. So shout out to everybody that's going this weekend. Hopefully, next week we'll both have seen it because Terrance is most likely going.
I'm going
I just
Friday.
need to figure out if we gonna make it out before the next pod. But that video, man, was so dope, man. And the one thing that I wanted to say about it, if you didn't see it, you never see people excited about the medium like this. You know?
Yeah.
You see people excited for the film. You see people excited because of who's in the film. But very, very rarely do you have the casual film goer saying, yo, this is actually dope about film formats and perfs and fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like, it was such a refreshing thing for people to be excited about that. Like, not just going to the movies, but like choosing a film going experience. I feel like it's a very bright spot for the industry. And I love that it's helmed by Ryan Coogler, man. I love that it's helmed by him because he's such an authentic, been the same guy, never code switched. Like, he's just who he is.
Yeah.
I hang on his every word. I thought it was dope.
I thought it was dope too, man. Ryan Coogler, somebody that we've been fans of since we were in film school. I was telling A-Train, I said, yo, you know, when we were in film school, Ryan Coogler was young. Michael B. Jordan was young. It's 2025 now, 11 years removed. Believe it or not, bro, these have been kind of our guys that we say we grew up with on some Spike Lee, Denzel Washington shit. We can actually say that now. To go from Fruitvale Station to Black Panther to Creed, Wakanda Forever. Now we're sitting at Sinners. Mm-hmm. Do you know that all 5 of Coogler's biggest films have MBJ?
Yeah.
Like,
that's his guy.
That's clearly his guy, but I feel like, damn, these two been doing it. One thing I do feel like that's dope with the format thing that he's doing is letting people know what they're getting ready to see when they sit down. Because it made the experience even better. Christopher Nolan does exactly what Coogler did with Sinners. Mm-hmm. He did that, I think, twice already with both Interstellar and Oppenheimer. Both had format changes. Troy, you remember you watch Interstellar, all of a sudden, you watching IMAX.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
It low-key is ridiculous.
It's so many different changes. If you could pay attention to it.
And you know he has films being shown, and if you don't know what me and Terrell are talking about, Ryan Coogler has shot this film in a lot of different formats, so it could be seen in a bunch of different ways. And that basically means at a theater, you could go see one in a super wide format. You can go see one in a taller, wide format. You can see the biggest format. When me and Terrell saw that big format, the 70, you see he's talking about 70. Does it not feel good to be able to go and say you saw a real 70 projection? You've seen real 70 projection. You remember what that looked like?
Hell yeah. I never forget it, man. That screen is just massive. And like IMAX 70 is... Me and Terrance saw Raw 70.
Ultra
like
Panavision 70.
Yeah, like...
The one he had other than the...
I should have brought... I got 70mm film over there in the room. I should have brought it to show on the film.
You should go and get it. You should go and get it.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
And then I can get on a low-key little soapbox. We saw The Hateful Eight in huge 70. It was so massive, the screen. If you go look at The Hateful Eight, it was recorded in a super wide format because QT knew that people would be going to the theaters and seeing this movie on the widest screens possible. So it is literally shot as one of the widest movies ever shot, believe it or not, even though it's all shot in this one little mini's haberdashery. But I remember me and Terrell went and seen that, and there is a real organic feel to watching a movie that way. Wow, look at my man got 35 mil.
Now look, that's 16.
That's the 16. Wow, this is gonna be
16.
dope. How dope is that for them to see this? This is the 16.
Yeah, man, this film
Like
is...
I said, it's got a special place in my heart, you know, because we shot Fruitvale on. This is Fruitvale Station right here.
That's 35mm. That's your industry standard right there.
That is the...
This is only about 18 seconds. This is only about like 10 seconds, y'all. That's it. No, I'm lying.
wrong.
This is a little bit longer than that. This ain't that long at all,
ain't a
y'all.
lot at
This
all,
ain't
though.
shit. This ain't shit. This is like, yo, we need to change.
And you don't have the IMAX.
Oh, I do got IMAX. Hold on, wait.
I'm so glad that he has these film rollers. Wow.
That's that motherfucking IMAX right there, baby.
Yes, sir.
I would never, ever throw this away. I don't even know what was on this, but they like gave us this. But man, y'all, the fact that this right here, like this little square, can blow up to be fucking... It's crazy, man. Cameras are crazy. Shout out to everybody that's into the arts. Like I was telling Terrance, we need to talk more about it on the podcast to get people more excited about like the media, man. I feel like that's what Ryan Coogler did. There's niggas hitting me with that video that never say shit to me about film.
Nah, not at all, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
these formats, y'all, the funny thing about this right here is I'll ask everybody this question. Even a Ryan Coogler, I would ask. It's the same question that we had, Terrell. Don't forget the podcast that you just had 2 weeks ago. The shit is dying, Ryan.
I don't think so, Terrance. I don't think so. And I don't agree with your take when you said that. I feel like it's a medium. As long as Christopher Nolan got air in his lungs, it will be in use.
No, don't get me wrong.
And as long as the biggest filmmakers still use film, they gonna inspire the newer filmmakers to use film, bro. Film will never die. Is it being phased down? And is it the super minority versus how many people have access to shoot digital? Because you gotta have access to film. That's the thing.
You're responding to what I said.
I don't think...
And you're vomit responding, and I didn't even... You think you know what I'm talking about, and you don't even know.
You said it was...
I'm not talking about what we got backlash for, which was people thought we was trying to shit on the movie-going experience. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about this right here. Film.
That's not dying.
Terrell.
It's not a film shortage. It's not as many people shooting, like I just said, so I was right. It's not as many people shooting on film as before because digital is so easily accessible, bro.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying it is a dying art.
I don't think it's dying.
It is.
I feel like just because
Film is literally a dying art, and you've said it before. It's crazy that you're sitting up here now trying to act like film not a dying art.
I don't think shooting on film will ever go. You're saying like I don't think it's dying. No, I don't.
I don't think shooting on film will ever die, but it is a dying art. And like you talking about what it's going to cost to do certain things.
That
Ryan
is true.
Coogler,
That is true.
I love this man, right? But we know you got a Creed franchise and you have the most successful black film, low-key, of all time ever directed by a black man.
Yeah.
You just did a Marvel franchise. You can go and shoot this on 16, 70, 75. We can shoot it on IMAX. We can do this. I can get Michael B. Jordan in a whole slew because I've had Michael B. Jordan since he started. Low key,
he got the cash, eh?
You're like the nigga with the Benz. Oh no, you're like the nigga. At this point, this is how I look at Ryan Coogler with this film talk. It's like a successful. It's like when Floyd show you his Maybachs.
It's not though, T. You don't have to be.
Terrell.
You don't have to be in a cinematic. You don't have to have all of that stuff under your belt to use film.
He ain't gonna let me get it off.
You comparing?
Yeah, he not letting me get it off.
Go ahead, my bad. You comparing film users to fucking the richest black sports athlete of all time
because you're showing me this as if I can attain it like you, and I can't. If I am watching you to be inspired, Floyd. You inspire me when you get in that ring, right? But believe it or not, when Floyd show you what he does to get in the ring and what he has because he got in the ring, those are two different inspirations, right?
Uh-huh.
I look at film and you being able to say I can shoot my whole movie on IMAX film, that is something you earned. That is like Floyd's Phantom.
70, I agree.
Like, to me,
not this, and definitely not this.
Not this and not that, but like also, come on.
It's easy as fuck to shoot on 16.
Terrell, this is respect, but how many people shooting on 16mm film in 2025?
Not many, but not because,
because it's a dying art.
You're talking about it like it's helium. But you're right, though, because now
it is helium.
You could get a better image out of this. Your phone shoot better than this right now.
Your phone can shoot
better than this.
16mm filter on it and shoot better than this.
Yeah.
What do I need to buy a bunch of this for? That's why I say this dying.
And
Ryan Coogler can afford the best of the best.
You seen how big the roles are that you have to premiere the movies on? That's why, did you see people that were saying it's only like 8 places you can watch it in True 70 nationally, right? And people were like, this is ridiculous. Look at all the places you can see 70. This is why film is dying, because you can't see it. Hold up, y'all. Y'all right about the movie theater experience dying? But did y'all see that? Did you see the loader for the fucking 70mm? Theaters don't just have that joint just sitting around. Like, you gotta have facilities to show. We had to ride out to see Hateful Eight.
This is the most purest format ever. And like the reason why Ryan Coogler is telling you go out and see this movie in the purest way is because he made it. You know what I mean? He made it in the most purest way, and he wants you to see it the way you want to see it, like the way he made it. Like, he's like the dude that made a song that wants you to listen to it a specific way. Listen to it with these headphones at this volume. Bro, I'm supposed to just like it however I listen to it. This is my thing. I'm not saying that about
Oh, so you didn't
RC.
like the fact that he said that? You didn't like all of the...
No, I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I just challenged the fact that, bro, as much as I love this shit too, I'd be a fool to say I'm next for this because I gotta go and do a Creed and a Black Panther first, at least, before I can really get my hands on this. Or I'm gonna have some inside connection. I'm thinking
You're
about
gonna have to have some money on, or
somebody who wanna be a filmmaker.
Or you gotta have a great relationship with Leo, and he's gonna help you fund it. Then you might be able to fuck around and get some.
So this is what I say. Ryan Coogler inspired me to go and see his movie because I can go see it in a bunch of different ways, and I think it's dope.
Well, my question to you is, because seeing Coogler talk about this made me excited for the film because it made me just think about him different as a director.
Yeah.
It made me think more confidently in whatever the product will be.
100%.
I feel like if you this passionate about the medium, he's gonna be that passionate. And with his track record, I feel like
I think the movie is going to be flawless. I think the movie is going to be so good. I think because his attention to detail, the way that he put this video out, like, yo, you can go see it this way, you can go see it that way. Only a real filmmaker would do that. He's not just looking for a money grab. He's not just trying to get you to buy tickets. And I feel like it's dope because low-key, you could have said that about somebody coming from the Marvel universe. Like, oh, they gonna do whatever they can to get you in the seats. He could have left Marvel and did some whatever. I think this is legit. And people forget it's a horror film. It's supposed to be scary.
that's what they say. You know what's crazy, T? I got this film 12 years ago in college.
Yup.
Doesn't that make you feel old? 12 years ago in high school for most niggas. 12 years ago in college.
And in college, y'all, they thought this was next. And that's why I think the way that I do, y'all, because I went to a school and paid money.
Terrance, don't lie on us.
They said they was acting like this shit was still like how you doing, like how Ryan doing. Y'all love this shit because y'all came from it. Ryan Coogler, I love Ryan Coogler as an artist, but as y'all can see, I'm not afraid to challenge in a way.
You challenging the
certain
medium
things. You're telling me this because you did Fruitvale Station on 16, bro. You a OG film fan. The new generation of film students can appreciate your message, but we're gonna hear it and we're gonna learn from the newer people that are gonna prepare us for the future. You're just gonna busy our minds with what we should know about the past. And that's what I felt like film school did for us. They wanted us to know so bad about the past.
Theory, yeah. The theory was so past-based. It was.
Yeah. And the whole shit was changing. They don't even make movies the same order way. You ever watch a movie and it's like, oh, honey, see? There you go. You just go over there. They don't even do that shit anymore.
No, yeah.
But y'all was so pressed to get us to watch that bullshit.
Because you need to go and watch, you gotta go and watch the Hitchcock joint.
Do you?
Yes.
Did Ian need to go and listen to Stevie Wonder and all of these other people to jump right in line with Future and Yeat? No. He needed to listen to Yeat, Future, new people, because I'm ready for the new whatever. Did he have to go and tap in with Prince and Michael Jackson?
All right, now
No.
let's stick to this medium where that doesn't work for you.
Terrell, it's
you
the same
can't
thing.
just come and say, oh, I'm about to be like Nolan and have a trendy moment in the film community. You can't.
Terrell,
that's a music thing.
No, I'm saying you can't say I'm about to go and look at Alfred Hitchcock and I'm going to go look at
you got to go and look
Cary
at
Grant movies and make it like that in 2025 unless you're going to be doing some different shit.
You got to think about Hitchcock did the first push-pull on, I don't know if it was Vertigo or what it was with the stairwell, right? The very first one. They turned the whistle name on its side. They turned the mini stairwell on its side.
Yeah.
Like, we're watching Severance now where that's like a... It's the first time that a push-pull has been used to move a story that way. Like, it actually is a vehicle to the story. To take you to a different... Like, you gotta go back and look at the old stuff. You're right. In music, you ain't gotta do that. But that's why we still have an appreciation for stuff like this, because you're right. The world is going digital, and it's a tough convo for people that love this. But like,
it's a tough convo. If I were to sit in front of Ryan, he would try to sun me.
It's like telling somebody to stop giving a fuck about rapidy rap, bro. All you gotta do is make a catchy hook, because TikTok is what they doing now.
I don't think that's the same. I think what he's doing is literally this. So when a CD is made, the music goes onto the CD like this. And then when you put a CD into a player, it plays like this. And these are the different players you can get to listen to a CD, or it's like trying to explain how a vinyl is made. All of that is cool, but this is being primarily consumed and created outside of what you talking about. Film is cool. We love it, right? It has such a niche look, and I didn't want it to be this type of combo.
I'm getting ready to say, it was supposed to be more so about how Ryan appreciated the medium, and it made people
Terrell,
excited.
Whenever I challenge, and then you gotta come
I
with
didn't say anything.
Terrell, I don't just be sitting here talking and I'm just whatever. I'm not gonna offer all love. I'm not gonna offer all love just because I love the nigga. I will challenge him. Ryan, you an old school filmmaker, and I know you love this film shit, but bruh, the young generation don't need to know about film perfs, low key. If you ask me, they need to know about story. We still don't know what Sinners is about. I still don't know if the movie is good or not.
100% on Rotten. And
100% on Rotten.
And it's holding. It has been through several premieres.
Can I say something real quick about Rotten Tomatoes? Have we not lost respect for Rotten Tomatoes over the years?
I just feel like why do that though? Why now since they got 100?
Terrell, no, it's not now. See, I don't like that. There has been plenty movies that have had good Rotten Tomatoes scores recent because people are enjoying themselves in the theater, but the movie don't really be good. But critics are giving good reviews based on theater performance. Oh, the theater lit up.
Okay, well, we have seen all of these movies come out and not everybody getting 100%. They got 100% right now. And you're not about to make it seem like, oh, it's just easy anytime to get 100% now. It's still very, very, very extremely rare for a movie to be at 100%.
But you talking about 100% after it's not even out yet, Terrell.
Terrance, bro, as the premieres go, let me see where it's at now.
When we start talking about the young generation, that's when my conversation starts to go a little bit left. If we staying on board with my man, Ryan Coogler, he's a real one, man, that comes from the real true pieces of this art form right here. He comes from that. So I felt like this movie being made with somebody like that at the helm, it can only be entertaining. Story's gonna be what it's gonna be. This movie is gonna be entertaining. And the fact that it's horror, one of the most leading genres in Hollywood right now, for success. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm talking about too, Terrell. Remember Barbarian had a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes?
And Barbarian was great. It was
Barbarian was not great. That shit was not 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Y'all just enjoyed it in the theater.
I think, okay, yeah.
It was like all of a sudden Shorty running out the end.
When you see
it was
Coogler,
fun, but like
I feel like
you haven't seen Barbarian since.
Nigga, I don't watch any scary movies again after that theater experience. But I can remember Barbarian. It was good, bro. It was one of the better films that we saw in a long time.
Barbarian touched 100%. Smile touched 100%. Smile, you don't question
Smile
at all.
Ain't 100%.
Smile, I said first week.
Terrance.
Barbarian wasn't 100%
Smile,
forever.
the first one did great in the theater. It was never 100%.
Smile was 100% first week. Google it. Google
it. Wasn't.
Bro, Smile was 100%.
It's a 79 tomato meter, but it was 100% the first week. 77 audience, but it was 100% the first week.
Bro, Smile went crazy first week. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, Smile broke the record. I don't care.
It broke the record for money.
Put it like that. You just
for money.
You're exposing yourself. So you mean to tell me Barbarian was better than Smile?
Yes. It was on par. You got to think, Terrance, they two
Oh my God,
they
Terrell,
two
did you see how that movie ended
Terrance,
like shit?
It didn't. I didn't think it was that bad.
That movie ended horribly.
All right, bet. So look, this is where we create a random conversation on the back of something that's not even what we're talking about.
Nah, look.
Why are you even focused on Barbarian? Because I feel like you trying to
because Barbarian got a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and you trying to make it seem like that's a thing. But you can give a bad movie a 100% score if we just enjoy the theater.
The only reason I brought up the Rotten Tomatoes joint is because you was like, oh, we don't even know if it's good yet.
We don't know if it's good yet. We don't know if the story is good. We know the format is going to be big. We got Michael B. Jordan. The soundtrack going to be great. We got a great guy in the front. You still got to deliver. And it's a young man's game.
But I feel like I agree that kids should still learn. I'm sorry. That's where we disagree, and we can move on. I think it's still important to learn about this. When you watch a young basketball player come up and they talk about how they study Kobe, that's admirable. It makes you think more about their...
This is studying Wilt Chamberlain. This is studying Bill Russell.
No, it's not. I feel like...
That's studying Bill Russell.
It's not, Terrance. Bill Russell, that game is completely gone. This is still 35 millimeter. Your black ass has your camera set to 24 frames a second.
Ben Simmons is doing skyhooks.
Terrance, no, because you're trying to create
the game in there.
You're still trying to create this in your digital camera. This is the OG. This is like saying
Bill Russell could play on an NBA team in 2025. He ain't gonna be the same player.
Terrance, Bill Russell is 80. It's completely different.
No, I'm saying if Bill Russell That's why I'm saying it's different.
This
You're right.
ain't that old.
This
Terrance.
was Bill Russell back in the day. Now it's Bill Russell that's 80 now. We respect, R.I.P. actually.
That's not true because 70.
Christ. I forgot we lost Bill.
Damn, we did lose Bill. Damn. Fucked up. I don't think this though is like that, Terrance.
Well, let me ask you
can't
why I
say
challenge
that,
you.
bro.
No, I'm not. I really truly feel like this because let me ask you this.
And
If you could go back to film school and relearn everything you learned, would you really give a fuck about the film one? Really? I love that we have these and we learned about what it is, but going through 16 millimeter, a whole class, Terrell, a whole class where we shot a movie on this. A whole class where we learned and had to shoot a movie on this. You didn't do a whole class shooting a movie on Alexa. You didn't do a whole class shooting a whole movie on a top tier digital format. You didn't do a whole movie learning how to use the crazy rigs and technology. When we left, motherfuckers was shooting on 5Ds for their movies.
I remember.
Film was a part of just old history.
Terrance, but no.
You're not telling me you going back and relearning that.
You can't get to this. Terrance, this has to go into a Arri Alexa. It has to go into a Sony F30, not F35. It has to go into an Arri cam. Like these. The cameras that are used for these, you have to have dedicated labor for film loading and all of that.
Who the fuck want to do that? What you talking about? What we talking about?
But what I'm saying is, you talk about this like it's old and like, oh, whatever. This is a luxury. It's a luxury to shoot on film. That's why it's dying. Now.
It's a luxury to get a nigga CD.
No, it's not. Nobody does that. You keep trying to put this up against things that nobody does. This ain't like CDs because it's still very much in demand. You think Kodak is worried about not selling any of this? Have Kodak announced going out of business? No, they just put out a damn trailer with the motherfucker that just did Black Panther that just shot his whole shit on all of our formats.
Big Fish will all look. Like they said, I watched the Ross video. They ain't got a Lambo truck shortage. They ain't got a Urus shortage. They just got a shortage in hustlers. Right? So you know what? He right. There will always be a hustler to buy a Urus. There will always be a top-tier filmmaker that can climb the ranks and finally be able to shoot with IMAX film. But for the young kid that's looking to grow up and get into filmmaking, if you ask me, I found Ryan Coogler's video inspiring as a movie goer and watcher more than a filmmaker.
100%.
Because it seemed more like you telling me about this super expensive paintbrush that I gotta climb the ranks in order to get. And a lot of times in college, it was like that. Oh, if you want to shoot with a Arri Alexa, you gotta get with a certain guy that knows this guy that can get you here. And it wasn't a part of the curriculum. You kind of had to
yeah.
So that's my only issue as a nigga who went to film school and kind of saw the ladder. I'm intimidated by the steps because I feel like art can be achieved on any level. And you don't need the camera that's at the very top level to get what you making. Because, bruh, if your film is trash, this Kodak video about all these film perfs, it means nothing to me. If I don't like Sinners when I sit down and watch it, your Kodak video, it mean nothing.
That's the truth. I feel like I realized that you're looking at the Kodak video as a creator, as a film student.
Yeah.
I was looking at it like how he sold the film to the audience and getting them excited about the 100%.
Media. Yeah.
We don't care if your black ass don't like it because you don't like hella stuff that people love. It's more common for you to just not be a fan of something that people like.
They know it as well. You're sitting here like dumbing down what I'm saying.
I'm not
saying, oh, well, you know you don't like movies anyway. So
no, I'm not saying it at all. I'm saying
you are.
If I'm Ryan Coogler, I don't like. You're already saying, what if it's not good? It's like, okay, but like all I need is for majority of people to fuck with it.
Okay, but you sound like a nigga that's selling a movie. I'm sounding like the nigga that's thinking about the next generation. You sound like a nigga that wants people to go to the theater and see what we made. Okay, bet we gonna go see. But if it's not good, we really don't care that you use synthetic film. We don't care that you use artificial, whatever bullshit they come up with, y'all. Story is what's most important. Y'all gonna always know that's my message. Terrell,
I get what you're saying. Story is more important. But
oh, we don't give a fuck if you don't like the movie. You should give a fuck if your audience don't like the movie.
Not the guy that always has
But you see, that's
the
why I
tough
said you
criticism.
you trying to.
Terrance, you gotta admit that you do sometimes have a tougher
But what
criticism
I'm
than anybody
saying
else.
ain't relative to me. You trying to make what I'm saying okay? Well, that's you, and you don't like. Nah, what I'm saying is true. If Sinners is not a good movie to certain people, you can't tell them, well, look at the format. Well, look at this, because that shit don't matter. And that shit will not be here after a while. Just like they told you, black ass 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter will still be here. And guess what? Now it's niche. Now
I just feel
Scorsese
like we were
did
supposed
it.
to be talking.
Tarantino did it. And now Coogler.
I
You
mean,
got a lot of people that use film, y'all. I'm not saying it's not used anywhere, but come on.
we were supposed to be talking about how the dope video was dope. Ryan Coogler got everybody
did.
excited about it. Like, excited about the film.
I feel like we did.
I'm glad I kept this, y'all. I'm glad I kept this film. I knew one day, I knew it meant, I knew I was supposed to keep this when I was in college. I said, you know what? I need to hold on to this. Do y'all know how many times I've moved?
Look at this.
And could have thrown this away?
And you held on to it, and you holding on to that like VHS tapes.
Terrance, no.
It's a great, what's the name to have
I
as
just-
memorabilia. But when you really think about it,
You're just the annoying person. And
in 15 years,
none of your favorite filmmakers do what you're talking about. They all still use this. All his
and
favorites
that's how y'all know I'm not pussy.
do this.
That's how I know I'm not pussy.
But
and
he's
think for
saying it's
myself.
dying.
It is dying. I would tell QT to his face it was dying.
I think
and he know it.
But I feel like the way you talk about it, it ain't CDs. And we're moving on from this. We've been spending way too much time on it. But
It's CDs because it's dying. Look, cancer ain't emphysema.
CDs are dead. CDs
Cancer
are dead.
ain't emphysema. A broken leg ain't a broken thumb. But like,
But my point is, you be comparing it to things that are literally dead. CDs are dead.
Terrell, stage 4 is not dead.
VHS tapes, you just said. Dead. This is film. This is 35.
Okay, bet. But guess what?
What's the name was just shot on this?
At one point, we thought that was what it was going to be, but it ain't. This is on the way to the same place VHS is at. But you want me wait till it get there to say it.
I feel like while it's still being used by the greats at the highest clip, you can't say it's dead.
But we got influenced by people who were using it like this was going to be the thing. And guess what? They were wrong. They should have been pointing us towards
you just
being more productive with our phones, being more productive with the shit that we had. They was making it seem like the bee's knees was film and it's dying. Same thing with Ryan Coogler. The bee's knees is not what you doing. It's a great thing, but it costs a lot of fucking money to do what you doing, bruh. That's why you gotta make a whole fucking video with Kodak to tell motherfuckers you did it. Hey, look, y'all, look what we did. We put a whole lot of money into this. I get it, but look, it's a great thing when you look at it from like the movie going and what we gonna receive. I feel like it's dope. I feel like as a creator, I feel like it's dope, but I also challenge the medium. Like, okay, bet. That's not something that everybody need to be moving towards. That's something that everybody is going to be moving away from. Because I don't think that the industry can afford it.
I feel like there will always be budgeting in place for film. A24 films use so much film.
Do you know how expensive it is to use IMAX?
Terrance, okay, let's stop this.
But that's what we talk about.
No, you said, you're pointing to this. This is a bunch of film. This is not just IMAX. If we having a conversation just about IMAX, you're right. Can't everybody do IMAX? You're right.
Is Severance shot on film?
Severance is shot digitally. They actually use really cool cameras on Severance, but they can't shoot. The way they shoot, like, come on, see, don't do that. Because that's not the... There's a lot of things you can do now.
Question.
But, all right, y'all, we moving forward.
Terrance pissed me off with the Ryan Coogler, John.
He just...
But a nigga low-key had a point. Course of action is back, man. I told Terrell, I got course of actions that are just going to be prepped and ready because I feel like it was such a big topic, such a big thing that we used to do. And then it just kind of became like okay, you're sitting here and then whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I didn't really try that hard to like make them interesting. So hopefully y'all find these interesting. The last ones that I feel like we did, people felt like they were like wacky. Remember it was like brain twisting.
Yeah.
I think that was Chance in the Choice, though.
I remember that. I remember.
Terrell get a kick out of this one because he's a job nigga. The promotion that ain't promoting. Your job offers you a promotion, but it comes with more work, no raise, and your title sounds a little fancier than it actually is. Your boss says it's a stepping stone. Are you taking the title for your resume, or are you respectfully telling them to shove it in? I
feel
go back
like
to your quiet quitting.
I feel like y'all. It depends on where you at in your journey with your job, because I have 100% taken a role that somebody said
stepping stone
this
job.
gonna be the role you need to take to get you there to the next level. And it honestly was all in the pursuit to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, not being afraid to like try and move up at work. Sometimes you do gotta take this role over here where you're not gonna get a raise. You might get the same money. Shout out my boy Don Sell. Funny, we go back to those days, bro. We used to make $12 over here. And then you're going to go over here and you're going to make $12, $13. After tax, you're going to get like $14 different on your check. But like, if this role can look better on LinkedIn, and I can say I went from consultant to lead consultant, even the lead wasn't shit.
Yeah, I remember that, having a conversation
that,
about your 60-cent raise. How is it a promotion if I'm only getting... Yeah. So, I mean, that's true. I mean, that's why I like this situation, because I said some people would say, F that, man, I ain't.
Because sometimes the little raise you got to get before you get the big one. Like when I went, I'll give y'all my whole journey Best Buy. I made $10.50. Then I made $12.23. Then I went to Magnolia and made $12.73. I was like, bet. You see, look, little raise. Niggas was making $14. Don Sale was making like $15 at Microsoft. But like, it wasn't until like my second or third promotion that was the big jump. So sometimes you do gotta take that role.
And sometimes a stepping stone job is a complete bullshit lie. Sometimes it's a cap to get you to do more work for less pay, for no pay. And it was really just them telling you to do more. So you do gotta be careful. Because I've been in jobs where it's like, hey, we're raising y'all duties, but we not gonna pay y'all. But we doing 2 times the work. Oh yeah, well, you know, y'all gonna get respected. Huh?
Yeah, well, I've had to have conversations with people where the head count changed. So I'm telling you to take this job and it's going to be a good look for you so that I don't have to tell you that your position was eliminated. If I can convince you to take that job, I don't even have to tell you that they lifted your position and caused that friction in the store. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's chess. And sometimes you do need to just figure out if you can even trust whoever this motherfucker is telling you. 9 times out of 10, if they never talk to you anything ever, y'all, about a new position, and now your job is jolly as fuck to tell you about a new position, it's some bullshit.
They want you to cover some shit.
They're using you as a cover for something. If they never ever talk to you about nothing else, like wanting to move up,
unless okay, but
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If they said that
they never talk to you about moving up, and here they come. Hey, we got a great opportunity for you.
You will be perfect for it. But then again, if you've been busting your ass though,
that's why it's the you just
most niggas gonna fold for that.
You gotta figure out what game you playing.
Most niggas think they standing out in their job and you're not. You know what I mean? Most niggas think they doing good at the job.
Were
so
you
if you came out to 100%, I would stand out.
No, you weren't. How'd that feel? You Saturn
Terrell,
dress nigga.
I said most niggas think that they. And then you work retail. You can not like me, but you knew I was solidified, low key, at least in my store. You know that most of the people in your store, if you ask if they work hard, you go through the whole store, do you work hard? They gonna say, yes, I do. And you can't late for your lunch break. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. But that's why I said most of y'all gonna say, oh, that don't pertain to me. Remember I was talking about that? Oh, that don't pertain to me. Yeah, it is you. All right, Terrell, look. This one's gonna be a little bit more sticky. It's getting sticky. You and your coworker been vibing for a minute.
Coworker, okay.
Y'all laugh too much, eat lunch together daily, and everyone at the job jokes that y'all are low-key married. Do y'all know where we going if we headed to? Who's seen the work bay?
Yeah.
Why you looking at my mouth?
Because you was extra dry. You was getting dry, boy. You moist.
I wasn't getting dry. Fuck out of here, boy.
Terrance, you were. You just
sick of you talking shit and then saying little slick shit.
You just licked before you look, boy.
Fuck out of here. What do you dress like?
You did a lick before you look, Terrance. I'm helping you.
No. You just said I was dressed like something. Fuck that. No, I caught you. Now he trying to say you helping me, but I don't like the nigga. Nigga dressed like he's going to a...
I said you were dressed like Saturn, but I think it might be Jupiter.
You look like you ready for brunch, boy. Fuck out of here.
I look brunch ready, boy. Look at you, boy. You look like you going straight to Uncle Julio's from here. I'll have the fajitas with extra chicken and shrimp, boy. You look like you love a shrimp guac.
I can't say nothing when a nigga got a fucking t-shirt, a hat, Fuck out of here, boy. Where did you even get that shirt from? I don't give a fuck if it's a soccer legend on there. The fuck did he get this shirt from? Basic ass tee.
It's not a basic tee, boy. This is actually nice. And your shirt is nice. You just can't crack like me, boy. You dress like...
Can't crack. And look, Terrell, don't get on your, oh no, that can never be me because I love my girl shit.
I was getting ready to
Play
say,
ball.
I'm getting ready to say, I guess we're not...
Yeah, this
All right,
is a course of action. So, also, this is another thing for y'all. I felt like all the course of action can't be your girlfriend because...
Yeah.
Whatever, and if it is going to be, it need to be a little spicy. It can't just be Mr. Terrell answering saying that he's Mr. Loyal Man.
So don't say anything about G then, because you'll say, you tell G.
No, it's your girl.
I'm like, all right, bet. So he's putting me in my current self.
I should be able to say, you cheating on your girl with a porn star. She find out that the porn star is... You going to say, I would never cheat on my girl, so no answer.
No. I'll play ball.
All right, bet. I'm going to start over. You and your coworker been vibing for a minute. Y'all laugh too much, eat lunch together daily, and everybody at the job low-key thinks that y'all are low-key married. They joke and say, y'all low-key married. Oh, I see you always with shorty. You never cross the line. But your real girl just found out that y'all exchanged birthday gifts.
You wildin'. You really going crazy. What do you
It's your work friend, so it ain't like...
Hold on, wait.
It ain't like you went and bought her a Birkin. You got her...
You don't need to get anything. Okay, all right. So, Terrance, come on, bro. You see how you add that element at the end? You said your girl... your girl just found out you got her a birthday gift? All right, see, now you
So
add
this should be an easy course of action. We ain't gonna stay long on it then, because I got details. It gets worse. Your girl gets on TikTok where she sees the work wife posted a day in the life vlog and you in the background smiling, holding her coffee, talking about what creamer she likes.
Yeah.
So basically,
Are we about to let Terrance get this off?
Are you gonna cut off your work bestie to save your relationship? Or you standing on, I ain't really do nothing wrong, and tell your girl to chill? Because I'm going to keep it a stat. When I came on here and told y'all about the lady whose husband was pissed off because her boss brought her flowers, y'all was against me. Y'all said that I was tripping.
Nah, Terrance, we was all with you.
Because bruh threw that shit away.
I feel like we was all with you. I feel like this situation, if you got a girl, you shouldn't be buying nobody that you work with. Especially if a female that you eating lunch with shorty every day. Y'all already extra hot.
Y'all already got a little
People saying y'all, you really don't give a fuck about home. I can see if y'all was both single. People saying this your work wife. How you make the first move. You make the move. Have you been seeing the TikToks that's been going around? Where it's like that flirtatious girl that at work that has a boyfriend. And it's the girl that keep coming and saying little slick shit. But then
100%. I've been there before. Girls with boyfriends are the most friendliest motherfuckers.
And the TikTok end with her saying, I'm going on a date tonight or some shit. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like every man has dealt with a woman that seemed like she was with it, but she got a boyfriend. And it's like, yo, who is this nigga that you with? Because you always in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why, like, that's different. This motherfucker is just a terrible nigga.
You should know, y'all, and some of y'all, I feel like, fellas, you'll be caught with your pants down because you might not actually be a terrible nigga like Terrell saying. You might just be somebody that, you might be a little too friendly. And you need situations like this where me and him get up here and bring this up. That's why I like the course of action. Because some of y'all probably do think, that's just my work friend. So what did I bought her lunch? It was her birthday. What's the big deal? I got me Chick-fil-A and I got her lunch because it was her birthday. I want you to think about that. That's more realistic.
That's chill.
But your girl could still be upset just like this.
No,
you bought her lunch? I don't give a fuck if it was her birthday. The other part of this says, are you standing on, we didn't do nothing wrong? You didn't catch me cheating. It ain't like I'm fucking it, girl. I just bought her a fucking 12 count. Somebody could say that and feel like their girl was doing too much, Terrell.
I feel like her man should buy her lunch on her birthday. Because if it was G...
But look, when she don't have a man, she just got a work bag.
And let's say it's a fine-ass nurse that work with G, right?
Yeah.
His birthday comes, she buy lunch. I'm not happy about that. I don't give a fuck if it's this nigga's baptism day.
I'ma be.
Don't get this motherfucker
he
nothing.
sound like his bro, don't he?
Let his no.
You
let
sound like
his
me,
girl
'cause
get.
I'd be surprised that you wouldn't let Gigi do a nice gesture, like just get a work for a coworker. It's because he's fine.
I feel like
You just said he was fine.
given the situation, this is already a nigga that
You go up there and see a thick body nigga. Oh.
that don't mean nothing. Heavy nigga will take
You
your
better
chick
let
quick.
that nigga
You gotta
worry
watch
about-
everybody nowadays.
You meet him, that nigga be funny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
He
exactly.
made you laugh at his security.
You start thinking about dinner 2 nights ago when she had you dying. This motherfucker funny as shit out of nowhere. All right, look, I got a twist for it though. What if your work
It never
wife?
ends.
It don't. What if your work wife finds out that your girl is mad, and she gets mad too?
Now
She's hurt. You didn't defend her. And now you have 2 women mad at you for not being real.
fellas, if you are ever there, you have
You're
failed.
cooked.
You know how like you doing a mission on the game and it's like, damn, you need to start over from your last
I'ma just
checkpoint.
start over.
You
Yeah.
start from the last checkpoint because you fucked this whole
It's
thing
like
up.
GTA where you hit 3 niggas and now you got a gang after you and you got 4 stars. I gotta get out this hood and from the cops.
Yeah,
But
you're
look,
trying to put in the helicopter cheat
Yeah.
code so you can fly
I'm trying
away.
to fly away. But the thing I was gonna say is this. The funny thing is, in that situation, fellas, if you get there, fuck the girl who's at work. Fuck your work bae. You gotta treat your work bae like how Tony Soprano treated every side piece he ever had when it came down to if it was them or not Meta. What was his wife's name?
Hey.
Angie.
No, her name was
Carmela.
Carmela. Edie Falco. Her name was Carmela.
Carmela.
Yeah.
Think about it. When it was ever, when any of them
Nah,
things
yeah.
ever overstepped, he'd be like, "You fucking kidding me? I got a fucking wife and kid at home. Oh, you think I'm gonna leave them alone and come out here with you?" I think it's dope, bro. That's exactly how it's got to be with your work bae. Fuck her. This who I'm going home and just gonna make my lunch for when I'm coming here and you whatever and we.
Nah, yeah, that you have failed. That's why I said you failed, because look, you have now got 2, both these motherfuckers pissed. You went too far, bro.
That's true, bro.
You went too far.
I have one more question. Is the work wife?
Terrance, come on. Fuck this one. How many more you got good ones?
Only
I
thing I
thought.
was gonna say, that the other question I was gonna ask you, is the work wife truly innocent? That's the question. Is the work wife truly innocent?
Hell no, she's not. She knows that.
She knows.
She know you got a lady.
You got a
and she
lady
know
and you're buying her lunch.
You're making her laugh at work. She waiting for you to break up with her low key. The same way niggas, bro, we have all talked to a chick that was giving you game, but she had a man, but you knew that shit was about to be over because the game she giving me, I don't even care about, bro.
Hell
you
yeah.
know that's, and bro, that's why, fellas, if you have a girl and y'all beefing or whatever,
That's when your work wife stand tall. That's when your work wife look like a fucking goddess when you see her. Damn. That's because
shit ain't that perfect at home.
and guess what, y'all? You already, this is what the real y'all don't get about a work bae. Go watch the work bae episode. You already going to work. It's nothing like being happy about seeing somebody at work. That one coworker,
Nah, yeah, that's true. When you more comfortable at work, you ain't dealing with the stress of what work is, but you gotta go to that motherfucker every day. So sometimes, look, your girl could be working her 40, right? Y'all come home, see each other for a couple of hours, and then you go to sleep, she go to sleep because we gotta work 5 days a week. Guess what? You're seeing your work wife 8 hours a day because y'all got the same shifts. Or, you know what I'm saying? You at some point, you seeing the work joint more than your actual
the bright
girl.
part of your day is that work bae. She had me laughing. You know she funny as shit. Yeah, you laughing.
Better
video. Your wife say, "What's funny about that?" Oh, she remind me of some shit at work. Your work bae popping up there. That's so true. Your daughter's new boyfriend is a YouTuber. This gonna be good for you. Your teenage daughter or Cruz, you have a son. Your teenage son's daughter.
Your teenage son girlfriend.
Sorry, because you gotta. I'm sorry. Think about my daughter and your son.
You can use daughter because I will hope to have a daughter one day.
Okay, bet. And then the boyfriend makes it a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
Your teenage daughter introduces her new boyfriend. He's older than her, let's say your teenage daughter is 16, he's 18. And a nigga have a car.
Okay.
Right? He got clout on YouTube. Bruh has followers. But you think he's corny and he's constantly vlogging everything. You catch him low-key filming your family dinner. Do you pull him aside and check him and let him know, you know what I'm saying, I don't really do the record it, I'm not really feeling it? Because mind you think he's corny. You know? Or do you let your daughter learn and just kind of wait for her to see this guy, what he is?
I'm not going to say nothing about him being corny. If I think he's corny, because think about it, bro.
He's documenting you, though.
That's the problem that I would have. And I wouldn't even tell her because I would want, first of all, I'm just not that type of nigga. I'm not the type of nigga that's going to wait for you to leave and then tell my daughter, hey, that motherfucker be recording me. You need to tell him to stop. You will never have my daughter telling you, my dad said that you need to stop doing this. Young man, first of all, this is my house. I'm like that with you.
Yeah.
You don't live here. So, like, I would tell him, not in any friction type way. You know what I'm saying? But respectfully, don't record us in here, bro. First of all, you a YouTuber, so you know who I am. If you know my daughter.
Do you see me who I am like he had a bunch of followers?
Okay, but you know my daughter. So you know who I am. Come on, bro.
Yeah, so you know I do.
Like, that's I'm not trying to flex, but how many followers do you have? More than me?
More than you, Unc.
How much? Look, he be a Plaque Boy Max, nigga got millions.
Right.
And you gonna say he using a new platform? I don't give a fuck. How about that? But
I don't want to be on.
Look, back to it. I would just tell him straight up. And I feel like it's easy to like be a toxic, try to make it a Martin Lawrence at the door with Reggie thing. It's not that, bro. It just don't be corny. You could be corny. Guess what, Terrance? You think you gonna like Sonny's first like teenage boyfriend? Where you know it's nothing but a horny young nigga that you're gonna just only think about him trying to like get in your daughter's pants. But you might think he's corny. Look, or he might be a corny nigga, but you glad she dating somebody like him. He's corny as hell, but I'm just glad she dating somebody not with one of these. I'd much rather my daughter date the nerdy nigga and they going together sneaking off to the library and shit. Or he got her interested in fucking, new movies and shit versus her dealing with the cool nigga in the school that's fucking with everybody that's just gonna do her dirty. But everybody gotta have their experiences though, So like,
yeah. This was funny for me because this was low-key one of the trick. This is one of those trick situations, y'all. This is low-key my actual life, But not real. But
what?
I did come. Think about when I met A-Train, y'all. I was somebody who they met. What do you do? Oh, I do YouTube and I make videos. And what was I doing when I first met A-Train? What did they see me and A-Train doing all day? Vlogging everything. Right?
Uh-huh.
If they thought that I was corny, this situation right here. That's why I said, if he was corny, I would say, well, you know what? I'm glad she's with this nigga and not with a lunatic that's whatever. And I said, damn, you know what? When you look at my situation, they could very well think, damn, this nigga came around with a camera, recorded everything. He posts shit online.
But at least he's not
a criminal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Damn, that's crazy. That is true.
And look, that's why I said my answer to this question is different because think about this, y'all. Your teenage daughter, right? Her boyfriend has clout on YouTube. He records everything. You think he's corny. Stop right there. You an old nigga.
Terrance.
Look, what did we just...
Corn is corn, if you ask me. The children of the corn.
I got up there, listened to Playboi Carti's album, and when Like Weezy played, I said, I don't even know. I don't even know what I said. I said, yeah, let's just go to whatever. I just said whatever. I didn't even fuck with it. When I hear Like Weezy today, I hear it a different way.
I'm not gonna lie. You see, I was tweeting about the
car.
I was tweeting about
youngins to help me out. So I'm gonna say this. You think this young nigga corny, so you hating when low key, your daughter pulled somebody that's got clout on YouTube.
But that's why I feel like don't record me. Because I don't know. My daughter didn't introduce you to me as her fiance. You're the boyfriend. So I don't want us to be all through your documented past.
Nah, yeah, I feel you.
Imagine if you...
He can be DDG.
Yeah, imagine this nigga's DDG. Your I wouldn't want to be in your, you know what I'm saying?
Well, all I'm gonna say is this, y'all. Your radar, speaking of Playboy Cardi. So hot, the radar, that joint. Stepping in Vancouver, yeah. I'm about to shake some.
That's the, I can take it for your set, Internet 89. That's that drink.
I'm fresh enough there this year. I'm about to pay for the deal. Come on, I'm right
She
there.
said my music is a gift. That's that drink, right?
Yeah.
I would listen
just
to
be
that free
swagging
throat
up.
joint. That free throat joint.
You gotta have a radar on bruh. Because you could unk your way out of this. That's all I'm gonna say. He could actually be a cool nigga. You just think he corny because you grew up on KRS-One, you old nigga. Or look, you could just think he corny because you grew up on Bryson Tiller. Don't nobody give a fuck. Oh, I grew up on A$AP Rocky. I grew up on... Nobody gonna give a fuck when you an old nigga and your daughter got a 15-year-old, 16-year-old son who, guess who his favorite rapper is? Venom.
No
Who you look, you don't know. I'm sorry, old man. Oh, I don't know him. I know J. Cole. I know Drake. I know Kendrick. Oh, well, guess what? That was 15 years ago, old nigga. Ah, you old.
Y'all niggas not ready for that.
Y'all not ready for that.
I'm 30 now, and that happened.
That happened.
That is, it's an inevitable thing. I remember talking to old niggas and saying,
You old.
so you don't get it. I remember people saying, that Lil Wayne, I don't even understand him. He's fucking, I
remember old ass motherfuckers.
remember it's like,
yeah.
all he's doing is cursing and talking about pussy and fucking. You like, yo, if you actually give him a shot.
And what was y'all doing at the Freak Nick? Hold up.
Exactly. Freak ass motherfuckers in the
Old
past.
motherfuckers.
Old niggas are nasty. Bro. Nasty.
They grew up and got cleaned up and said,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why y'all are doing this. Yeah. You know what you used to do, Emmanuel. Getting old niggas. Eugene. How you a freak ass nigga and your name is Eugene?
Man, Eugenes have created generations.
Oh yeah, they have. Cause his name Gene.
Everybody got a Gene in their family.
Think about it. Eugene is a corny nigga, but Gene might take your bitch.
And guess what?
Gene might take your bitch.
Guess what Gene full name is, Terrance?
His full, no, but I'm saying, if they call him Eugene, all right, cool.
Terrance, you also
but
sleep.
Gene will take your bitch.
You're sleeping. You're making it seem like if a nigga now today was named Eugene. I feel like the nigga today named Gene, you be all right.
You ain't no nigga named Gene today. That name ain't Eugene.
Eugene was in the past trying to get at Barbara. It wasn't a difference of names. Everybody's name was old.
But that's what I'm saying.
Barbara,
if
Mary
he went
Ann,
by Gene,
I'm trying to get at Shirley. I'm trying to get over at Shirley. I'm trying to get with
Ronetta.
Ronetta.
And then I started talking to Shirley May.
Uh-huh. Juanita. Think
Talked
about
Juanita,
older.
But then I met Shirley Ann. Then I met Shirley Ann Frazier.
Yeah.
That was somebody different. Then I met Shirley Ann Frazier.
Then I met Rosa. And
she
then
started
I
running track.
had
But
met
I'll tell you about that later.
Mary Ann. Mary Ann is the oldest one. Telling you, Brody. But damn, so I guess that's it, huh?
I don't remember what else I was gonna say after that. What were we even talking about?
We was talking about the last
But
quarter.
like you unked us out of it.
Terrance, no,
course
you
you
was
did.
talking about
You
how
look like a nigga
you,
that's mad that his son got a fucked up shape up at a barber shop. That nigga won't leave. What you want us to do, sir? He just sitting there pissed. Take your son and rock.
somebody's going to
You want us to bald him?
First of all, yeah, I wouldn't be paying for that. I've been just like Shorty on
Pissed
Barbershop.
off?
That makes it free, right?
Then I'm paying for 2 cuts.
It'll be free. Nigga, that's when nigga, your pride have you doing the wrong shit. Sir, I'm gonna pay for it. No, I'm actually gonna pay. You ever seen 2 niggas that want to pay for the bill? Y'all look dumb, just let one person pay. I will always try to pay the bill. We all out, I will always try to pay. If somebody don't want me to pay, I will not pay. I feel like that's just a respect thing. I just will always try to cover whatever table I'm at.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
Nigga hated on 2 Chainz all them years and then quote him. Quote your guy.
I'm not paying
quote,
for you niggas.
Quote U.Y. Scuddy or whatever his bullshit
You
album
see Terrell
ready to
setting
be.
himself up. That way the nigga come out with Terrell, he say, I already know what Terrell do. I'm not even going to touch the bitch.
Yeah. Rock out,
want
Brody.
business
And order what you
move.
want because I got it. Order what you want because I can afford it. Order what you want.
He said, what did you want because I can afford it? Yeah, okay, I want the steak grilled.
No
Tits.
problem. Bring him a crab
Right?
cake. Fuck you
Great.
talking.
All right, bet 2 of them.
Bet.
He's saying bet, but his confidence going down when drinks get involved. Another round.
Shots.
He's starting to ask the wallet
You know why I
questions.
don't do that?
He started asking the wallet little questions. Look, are we still going?
Yeah,
we still going? Are we ready to wrap this up? Oh,
Nah,
he ready.
never
He
me,
seeing that
never
bill
that.
going up.
Bill come, I won't even flinch.
I'm thinking
I
we
won't
switch
flinch.
locations. Then he get outside saying, "Oh, it's a late night."
People don't realize, like, when you somebody like that do that, like I always do that. I don't even think about it. I think, what's the most I would spend a night? I think, what's the most I would spend for this event right here?
I think,
And if that number I feel like is higher than what my table gonna cost, then I feel more comfortable covering the table.
me and A-Train was talking about those TikToks that's going around. It's so true. Where you with your girl, and your girl say, "How much was it?" And you say how much, and she goes, "Oh, that ain't
that's not
bad."
that bad. Yeah. It's funny
like,
as shit. It's like, girl, shut up.
If it wasn't that bad, why you ain't pull out yet? Will pull her shit out. I ain't gonna get on her. I ain't gonna get her.
She got you on the Gigi, got me on the she got me on the
It's
look.
funny how your girl confidently will pay for the most chillest shit. You know?
Uh-huh.
Oh damn, I'm about to get these
DoorDash and Panera, look, something simple like we're getting Dunkin'.
Oh yeah, we're getting Dunkin'. You want Starbucks?
Yep.
It's on the way.
$25.
On the way.
They be quick to do them joints. Gigi got me on the Apple Pay, bro.
Meal and then need a side salad.
And I'm having a naughty week, so I'm adding it's like, you having a naughty week.
You having a naughty week, huh? I'm getting ready to get smacked by DoorDash.
It's funny because your girl asks you to do stuff and don't even think about how much it's gonna cost.
Shit, can I invest in DoorDash?
You know what we should do?
I'm making the stock price move my damn self with you. Oh, what up? Did you say you was from Carolina? Or?
Hey, look, if you that
If you that nigga,
it's a conversation
that's
coming
how
with,
I
bro.
say it's a conversation that you ain't
We
about
need
to
to
have
slow
with
this train down. And you know what? It was a true ass tweet that was going around where it was like, you ever not responded? You ever ghosted a bad chick because you just knew you couldn't afford her? Did you see that?
Yes, man.
And
yes,
I feel like we've all done
yes.
that. I've done it. I have 100% done it.
And you did yourself the best favor, man. That's the best. You know what that is, y'all? That's self-care right there. That's looking out for your motherfucking
It
self.
is. I have left a chick on.
That's self-awareness.
Bro, I've done it in the DM where a girl said some shit to me in my DM and I looked at her page and saw all her designer.
You start seeing a couple Dubai trips.
Mm-hmm. I went to her Twitter and searched like, I feel like, well, I forget, I don't know if I searched 50-50 or if I searched like money or something. Saw what she was saying and said, Terrell, you're not ready for this.
Nah, yeah, and then
you ain't ready for this.
Sometimes it don't even be the money, y'all. Sometimes it be the motion. Sometimes a woman motion just be too much for you.
What you got going on right now.
And you just kind of feel like, I'm low-key intimidated by the motion. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, the girl that's like, real embedded in a certain community. And you know, all right, bet, I'm gonna get you, but I'm gonna have to share you with your community you in.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you feeling me, I don't want to turn you off by like not fucking with your community. Or you might even have shorty that have a friend. Dog, you're like, I was talking about how you was talking to that girl. I was telling A-Train that story, how you was talking to that girl. We went out. I'm trying to talk to her friend. We all go out. We go to this function. They all sitting on this one dude lap. Me and Terrell was like, yo, why y'all sitting on his lap? Y'all talk to him? Me and Terrell, remember I asked Shorty, I was like, hey, you talk to him? Because I ain't trying to, I seen you sitting on his lap, and she was like, oh, no, we all do that. What the fuck you mean we all do that? And she was like, oh, we all grew up together. Like,
literally nothing. Literally
nothing. He went to my church. You talk to an East African girl, you know what I'm talking about. He went to my church.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about y'all church.
Everybody went to that church.
Everybody went to y'all damn church. That don't mean that he can grab your ass. What the fuck? But look, that's y'all.
Shout out to the Hobbit.
Look, I'm not shooting at them.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I don't give a fuck.
I remember that.
Yeah. I remember that too. Like, damn, y'all sitting on bruh lap.
And that's where you right, Terrance. You got to choose your battle. You got to choose whether you want to deal with certain shit, bro.
Do I want to get with her and say, hey, yeah, so me and you together, and don't you know that shit you do when you sit on niggas' laps? You're not doing that no more.
Yeah.
Nah. No way.
You got to get out before. And that's how niggas was literally, you just putting yourself, you going to stretch yourself out.
Because you know who you are in that sense? You the woman that's getting with the criminal nigga thing and you about to save him from the streets.
Yes. Yes.
You think that pussy gonna save him from the streets?
Nope. And a lot of niggas think
it's just gonna put more babies in it.
A lot of niggas think.
Come on now.
You thought that was hard, boy.
That was hard.
You like that white girl that was like known better, about to be cheddar, and you know I'm rapping clever. And then she stopped, boy. That's you like that.
I'm about to uppercut these motherfuckers.
I sent you one of those and you never said shit back.
You be saying that I don't say shit, but a nigga be having this shit on silent.
Man, this podcast is over. Big shout out to everybody in Southeast Michigan. 248. What were some of the places we said, Terrance? We said Farmington Hills, Pontiac, Bloomfield Hills.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Navi, Troy. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
Gonna say this before we get out of here. Big shout out to everybody in the 248, Farmington Hills, Navi or Novi, whatever that is. Shout out to y'all there. Shout out to everybody in Troy. Shout out to everybody in what I say? Bloomfield, Farmington, if I already said it, Rochester. Shout out to y'all realest 9 out there.
Shout out.
Terrance, you got anything before we get out?
Man, put your money where it needs to be, man. We got a lot of bullshit going on. This is your time to get involved. I ain't gonna say too much about it, but open your eyes, please.
I got nothing to say after that, man. Next time.